care of real quick. I do apologize for that and for my abrupt departure, but let's get right back into it. I ain't even gonna waste no time. So the filthy lucre. Now back to the benign, um, the Latin saying that I just gave you. Benignos sententia in verbis generalibus seu dubius este preferendum. Okay? I'm really sorry about that interruption, y'all, but I should be busy. And sometimes, I have to take phone calls and confidentiality is everything. So now basically it's like they're using all these words. This is simply what it means. I would not have a problem. I would love to. Hi, how are you? I would absolutely be on your show. Anytime. Now what happens is they use these words that we talk this shit every day. But the reason why we don't understand it because it has a different meaning in a different context. So for instance, just because ab means bad. Ab is not really like abnormal in a medical sense is bad. But aboriginal in a legal sense is good. You see what I'm saying? Abduct. It means to take away from, right? Abstract, right? You have these words, so you got to look at these previews. It's not we could do about them English. I don't want to hear that shit with the fucking, these white man English and all that bullshit. Let that shit go, because unless you got some shit that you could teach the world to in order to do some fucking business, you ain't got it. We ain't did that. Ain't nobody did that shit in a very long time. So that shit need to be cut out. But, so now basically there are things. Now this is a rule of construction. I'm going to go to the word construction, and I like to do it to where I use these words that's hidden inside, because we just have we just go from left to right and don't dissect it, when really the first two words might be a whole separate meaning in itself, even though they may notate it as the first preference. They're always going to have either the strongest sense closest to the etymon or to the etymol of the word as the first one, or if it fits their fucking agenda, they'll have the real meaning buried under like number 12, right? So in any event, for instance, the word black, that shit mean dismal and calamitous. So inside, some of the minds of people, they don't have a problem with being black, but I don't know no motherfucking dismal and calamitous people. I don't fuck with them. Well, I done came across a few of them, but I don't fuck with them because they dismal and calamitous, sullen, wicked, dirty, filthy. If you're none of those things, then you probably shouldn't say that you're a crayon color. If you can't go to black land, your ass ain't black. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And stop letting these other motherfuckers tell you anything fucking different. Now, if that's what you feel like doing, that's beautiful. You have the preference to do so. I'm not telling nobody what to do at all. But what happens is you disconnect yourself from the place that you are. And it ain't where you from, it's where you're at. So if your ass is from Africa, you better be able to rep your set. If you from Venezuela, you better be able to rep your set. This is all I'm saying. Wherever you're from, you have to have some sort of status to where it connects you, right? Because if you don't own anything, it's going to be an issue, because you got to be connected to something, to the land, right? You got to be connected to the land. And they're doing all sorts of things and creating these different processes in order to detach us from the land, right? And we help them. We help. So it's really no complaint. You got to know what you're signing, what you're autographing. You're John Hancock, right? I want to, let me see. Signature. I want to go to the word sign. Let me just go to the word sign first. So, and these is real simple things, right? And then I also want to talk about how to stop using the social. If you don't want to have these problems with these taxes and all this other shit, maybe just stop using their instrument. That is theirs. It's not your fault that you have one. It's not really even your mother's fault, even though once you apply for a social security number, once you apply, register a birth certificate, you become a ward of the state. So I'm also going to talk about the Social Security Act, because really Social Security numbers had nothing to do with the common man. right? And it may have been a better system had it been applied during chattel slavery. And the reason why I say that, because they would have been able to understand the public. See, our peoples was getting fried because they didn't understand how to operate in their private side. You can't get beat up in your own motherfucking house unless you let somebody do it, right? You assign people the mindset where they think that's something fucking sweet. If they can get over on you, they absolutely will. These motherfuckers sold Jesus juice and some fucking swampland to a nigga in his own house, right? And so, like, and it's, it's neither here nor there. But at the end of the day, we absolutely going to be able to get this shit together. So I'm going to go to the word sign, because we put our signature on shit. That means you agree to something. If they send you a motherfucking letter talking about AT&T, Phoenix Moon, you ain't pay your bill, you owe this and this and this and that and that and that. It might be something that I don't owe at all. And they got to prove that I fucking owe this. And the reason why they got to prove it, because if you send me something and I don't say anything, then that means I fucking agree to it. You call me a duck and I don't tell you I'm a motherfucking jaguar, then I'm going to be a duck until I say something otherwise, right? And because people curse you, I might be a motherfucking duck because I ain't standing up to be a motherfucking jaguar, right? So, that's pretty much fucking it. Sign. And I'm going to use the word contract. I know this shit is long as hell, but you know what? It's important that you know what the fuck a contract is. You can make a fucking agreement. This is why people get their ass whipped. And it just seems so unfair because everybody's using emotions and shit instead of what the fucking facts are. And I done been through a lot of shit in life. I got life experience, and I'm going to tell you the truth. The fucking truth don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings, right? I'm a pretty decent person. I'm loved by many, and I love many. But the truth ain't never fucking made me not cry, right? It hurts, but it doesn't mean that the shit ain't a fucking fact. So, when you sign something, contracts, evidence, it's proof that your ass said, yup. It's not the same as saying yes, sir, boss, but it's not saying yes, sir, boss, but that's what you really mean, because that's what the fuck they're saying, and you're not doing anything about it. You're okay with it. You think in your mind that this is how it goes. How the fuck they had this Boston Tea Party? Like, see, this is the problem when they take you off the land, your mind all over every motherfucking where else, but you can't even concentrate on the shit that happened in your own backyard. If you can't prove that you was elsewhere, you might as well just go backtrack. You'd be surprised where you find yourself and place yourself. 500 years ago, 300 years ago, you'd be surprised where you fucking place yourself in the narrative. You let them tell you this blanket fucking grand story because people want to be told what to do. You don't want to be free. You want to be told what the fuck to do. They tell you when you can drive. They tell you when you can do this, how fast you can go, and when you can get divorced, when you can get married, when you can get your children back, when they can take your children, when they can cut. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. People like being told what to do. Right? They like to be told what to do. And, sometimes that's okay. We need some motherfuckers that like to be told what to do, or else we gonna fucking collapse. Because who else is gonna do the remedial work while the motherfucking thinkers and the nation builders is sitting back drinking motherfucking lemonade, looking at their motherfucking bank account, right? What's a fucking bank account? It's filthy fucking lucre, right? Filthy lucre. And we create usury every day. So what I say by that, we bring this shit on ourselves, and it's because we don't understand, right? I know I be talking wild shit, and people be like, I mean well, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna take care of mine first, right? So this is the best that I can do. I can't reach out and hug all y'all or lend y'all $50 when y'all in a bind. But this is going to be my contribution. When I'm long gone, I hope all this shit is right here and somebody could go back to it and to do something for some fucking body, right? And this shit all comes from pain, right? And shit that I've been through. So instead of inflicting pain, I'd rather transmit love, because that's how nobody ever whipped my ass. It's nothing wrong with having a good heart. And ain't nothing wrong with having a brave heart. Because you're always going to be safe when you're attacked, right? You don't got to be aggressive, non-belligerent, non-combative. But if you fuck with me, step across the motherfucking gun line, boss. You got to be like that. That's everybody. And I'm a mother. I'm a woman. So I already have that inside of me. And there's nothing that can happen. Protect my cubs. Are you fucking kidding me? Touch them. Do something to them. And that don't just mean somebody in the street. These motherfucking pilgrims come for my motherfucking kids. And you can ask any motherfucking body that know me. You see me up in these motherfucking courtrooms slinging the motherfucking business. No lawyer, none of that. Coming flying from fucking halfway across the motherfucking country for mine. What you talking about? I wish I had... I wish I was able to play y'all this recording. I'm going to do that at another time, right? And I'm going to just tell you some real shit. I don't want to do too much because I still ain't done spanking boots, right? Because this is how people think that they get away with shit. I'm going to just briefly tell y'all this story. And then at another time, I'm going to do a whole, thing so you can understand how I fucking play with these people, right? When they fuck around with the fuck around. So, there was an arrest. And the first thing, they have these mobile apps where you can see if your loved one or something has been arrested. And on the app, it will see if they're going to identify somebody. Perhaps there should be a picture. Perhaps there should be a date of birth. Especially if it's public information. You're already giving up their nom de guerre. You're giving up the name, right? And the name, we're going to get into that. Because the fucking name is what be bagging y'all. When the motherfucking people be like, oh, what's your name? You tell them your name with that motherfucking ID picture with your last name, first name, middle initial. Go ahead and do it. Now you in their jurisdiction. Because your mama ain't fucking name me that. Right? Last name, right? First name, middle initial. Do you sign your name like that? When you write on the check, do you write your fucking last name, your first name, and the middle initial? When they send you a check, how about a pay stub? Look, it's been a long time since you may see at the top of the stub, not the check. Maybe see your last name, first name, middle initial, depending, especially if you have a government job or some sort of job. And I've had, right? That's where you know which one is the fake state and which one is the fake government, because the feds is always going to use last name, first name, middle initial. Whenever it has something that can directly connect to that, that's usually how it goes, right? Except in the capacity of these fucking bullshit administrative Article 4 courts. So when you sign something, contracts are express or implied, okay? The express are manifested viva voce or by writing. The implied are shown by silence, by acts or signs. So your acquiescence is saying, yeah, I'm having it. Now, back to that first Latin term I told you about, where there's these words that are inside there that seem so common, but they're not fucking common at all. When you see any such persons, you know a person is a company, a corporation is a fucking person. Are you the man? And I'm going to tell you about artificial and what's fucking authentic, okay? Artificial is the last name, first name, middle initial. Artificial is the name in all capital letters. Okay? It's artificial. You just see fucking gravestones got all capital letters. Unless you get a custom-made gravestone, real fancy shit, that shit's always, the font is always going to be capital letters. Dead. Physically dead. In life, you are civically dead. You are cut off from civilization because you are uncivilized. So now these motherfucking Native Americans be talking shit about them being the 5 civilized tribes. Them motherfuckers had to be civilized, right? Right? So now what happens is you are not able to perform your contract. And now that you can't perform your contract, somebody got to pay that lump. Ain't nothing changed, motherfuckers. I'm going to break it down into some shit that, a lot of people can relate to, right? And in the instance of, you don't fulfill your man or woman has their word as their bond, right? You think that word is bond, son. Motherfuckers be saying that shit all day, and they bond themselves in some shit they can't get out of. They say they word is bond until the fucking police come, and the motherfucking judge talk about, yo, such and such and such and such. Motherfucking dumbass up in there like, yes, sir. You go sit in that motherfucking seat, you gonna get on that captain ship, because the nigga gonna make you walk the plank or swap the deck. That's his shit. He controlling that. And he fronting like he's speaking for everybody. And sometimes he play lawyer. And sometimes he play prosecutor. Sometimes he play judge. Shit. If he ain't doing the stenographer, the typing, you might think he a motherfucking stenographer too. Right? So now you end up going in there, standing up for the dead fucking headstone. That name in all letters. You ain't in that grave yet, nigga. You ain't there yet. Or is you dead? Civilitur mortus. Right? And this is what they did to us in fucking stages. And it took them a long time to do this shit. See, what they talking about with all this slavery, the reason why they keep talking all this slavery this, and they had to program us with this bullshit, is so we still, all these years later, don't understand how to contract. Right? Yeah, and the process just got more complicated because we were all civically dead again in the 60s after Martin Luther King died. This is where they put your fucking Black Panthers. This is where they put these goddamn placebo effect agencies and all these other motherfucking people in your face to take your stupid asses off the motherfucking land, right? So now they don't owe you nothing. You just got your civil rights and lost them that quick, you fucking niggas. That's how they probably was thinking, like, these dumb motherfuckers. We about to bag them. Even though they done burnt this motherfucker down because they mad because they lost Martin Luther King. We gonna give these Indians what they want, but we gonna take it back by making them call themselves black. Spend $2 billion putting these motherfucking nasty ass Donald Goins up in these colleges so they can infect these fucking young ladies with sexuality and debauchery, right? And treat them like shit. And we gonna string them out on fucking dope. We gonna get the nigga out the motherfucking house so the bitch is always struggling and their kids be fucked up. We gonna lock him up and she can't get the welfare. She can't get the welfare if the nigga's in the house, right? This shit was a fucking process. And prior to all this other shit, back to the slavery shit, we was whipping they motherfucking ass. We talked about it the other day on the Rich Report. Treaties don't get signed from the motherfucker that lost. Treaties get signed because the nigga that beat your ass said this is what's happening. What treaties? Treaties are law. Treaties are fucking law. Yo. I'm going to get back to... I want to comment. I see y'all talking, but I get sidetracked and then I'll forget what the hell I'm talking about. I love y'all so much. I'm going to go back to them and answer all the motherfuckers individually. Peace and love. So, I want to go to this word right here. So, I'm going to go back to the sign. So, now, when you sign, you become what? You become liable. You done put your name to something. You done went down here and told some fucking stranger at a DMV, that bitch got initials. They calling your name. So-called name. It was your name. It was your name when your mother had the capital P, the lowercase h, O, E, N-I-X, capital M, O-O-N. It was that way. But now when they saying Phoenix Moon, like somebody, a motherfucker yelling in a text, you be like, why you got all capitals? Right? Oh, motherfucker yelling. Yeah, they're fucking summoning a ghost. And then here you go, like Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. It is I. Here I am. And they like, oh, you motherfucker, you guilty. Come here, motherfucker. You ain't got no juice. You ain't got no juice. We got you. Come over here. Come on this side now. Now you on that side. And you can't swim your ass back to dry motherfucking land. They got you out there on the goddamn water, out there in that deep water. You fucking around with the fuck around. You fucking around with the fuck around. And that's how they bag your ass. Who the fuck are you? And they asked him a fucking DMV. Who's a fucking DMV? Tell him come outside. Tell a nigga come outside. DMV ain't never gonna get on the goddamn stand and say you ran a red light. Who is DMV? And which one of these motherfuckers in here is pretending to be DMV? Because Phoenix need to talk to them. Because DMV is talking shit about me and I gotta defend myself. Because if I don't say nothing and they calling me a duck and I don't say I'm a motherfucking jaguar, then I'm a duck. And it might be duck season. Hey, good luck for me. I won't make it to rabbit season. Express or implied. Express or manifested by writing. The implied are shown by silence, your acquiescence. You know, motherfucker, you pay them goddamn lawyers $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. That motherfucker say, when the judge asks you, Phoenix, if you understand, just say no. Or no, if you have anything to say, just say no. And the judge asks you, do you have anything to say? And you sitting there like, you ain't got nothing to say. So that means that lawyer is telling the truth when he lying on your ass. And then the prosecutor, right? The prosecutor's pretending to be you, fighting your dual self, right? The lawyer representing the dead and the prosecutor representing the alive, but he wasn't nowhere near you when the motherfuckers put them cuffs on you. But remember, back in the days, we couldn't testify on our own behalf. They had to silence a motherfucker. So they created laws so the nigga couldn't testify on his own behalf. Everybody wasn't stupid. But once they got the felony, once they became enslaved, once they became someone's shadow property, they lost all rights for what? Politics. Political. You can't do nothing nowhere. There's nothing we could do about it. I don't fucking like it either. But I got tired of complaining about this shit. And I had to figure out how to make the bully motherfuckers stop. I don't like getting fucked up. My mother loved me. My parents loved me. My grandmother, she wasn't I didn't get abused. I didn't get none of that. I don't let people do me dirty. I don't talk to people like that. I don't abuse people. I don't fucking like inflicting pain. I don't want you to give it to me. And if that goes for these motherfuckers that I know and meet and greet in the street and family and whoever the fuck else, why I can't go for them strangers that I don't know talking some shit like they got some shit on me? No, you don't. That's a lie. It's a motherfucking lie. And I'm going to prove that it's a motherfucking lie. And I'm going to prove that it's a lie by not saying too much. I'm just going to keep pushing that shit right back. You throw two at me, I'm going to throw four back. Because what's going to happen is either they going to expose the fraud that they created or they going to let me fucking move on freely about my goddamn business. And we blow the whole lid off the motherfucker. Like the book of Revelations when everybody's screaming hallelujah. That's all it take. That's all it's gonna fucking take. Motherfuckers be barking and beefing and talking all this other shit, but who you talking to? You talking to the motherfucker that look like you? The same motherfucker that's supposed to have the same plan or maybe a better one than you? Or someone that could be supportive of your plan? Because that's how the fucking teamwork make the dream work, and then y'all do beat the enemy up. What the fuck y'all sitting there fucking each other up? And it's a whole motherfucking Godzilla out there ready to stomp all y'all. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. I was on the phone with the Powerhouse Sisters last night. I had a good talk with them, the elder ladies. See, sometimes I can't fuck with my peers. I gotta step it up. I gotta be around some 50, 60-year-olds and shit. Because you know what? They done been through everything already. They done dealt with the shit already. Maybe not in this perspective, but you know what? Especially the ones that supporting what we talking about right now, I'll do anything for them. I mean that shit. I'll do anything for them. It ain't got nothing to do with no fucking material shit, but them fucking jewels, you can't never get them back. You see, because they old enough to still remember the shit that the grandparents said, right? When they were still young and fresh, right? Right? Yeah, when they was in full swag and shit like that. So you got to spend some time with the OGs so you can have, even if you know they not, it doesn't matter. Yo, I'm telling you, I done found jewels from people with needles in their arm. It don't matter who it come from. Motherfucker, don't do drugs. Okay, thank you. Message, I got it. They saved my life. A fucked up nigga on the corner in front of McDonald's leaned over with fucking cigarette ashes, long as the motherfucking cigarette, right? Look up out his drunken fucking sleep. Don't ever. Thank you, I won't. Pew. What the fuck? Frightened. Thank you. Scared straight. Never no curiosity. The elders tell you how to fucking get your shit in order, because sometimes your shit get chaotic. Especially when, you know, for some of the people that had their kids young, you hit that shit when your kids start getting older and shit, you start getting that empty nest and shit, you gonna fucking deal with. These bitches that got the new babies, I mean, they cute and everything, you want to babysit, but they can't relate to teenage shit yet. They can't relate to, being a young adult. They don't have that feedback to give you that you need, because ain't no fucking manual with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta tag my motherfucking grown kids in this video. I tag them. Yes, I do. Listen to this. They grown, so I don't get to see them every day like I used to. Right? Making pancakes and shit. So sometimes my life be feeling a little void too. But you know what? I realized there was going to be a whole nother way. See, when they little, you could guarantee their safety. You know, when they small, you monitor everything that happens, comes and goes in and out their life, right? But then when they step out the door and they ready for the world, or at least they think they are, or at least you try to prepare them for that, right? And you want to trust that they are. There's people that's out there to harm them. You know why? Because they ain't under your care no more. Oh, no, so see, now they still mine, right? It don't matter if I'm motherfucking 90 and my oldest daughter's 70. She's still mine. I'm still be swinging that cane. I'm still be using that pen, right? Because that's what they do. She be, oh, yeah, tell her, all right. I got it. My sister look like she made a prayer over y'all. You always say hi to my sister. Hi, Twitty. Say hi to my sister. It's my sister.
Hi.
Say hi. She's the little sister. One of them. So, now, taxes, the Banking Act. I want to talk about the Banking Act. And you know what I got to? I'm going to give y'all a little information on how to stop using that goddamn social for every motherfucking thing. Using that shit all the goddamn time. You gotta know when to be public and when to be fucking private. Mind your business. When you want to be in the limelight, you go to the club. When you want to be private and quiet, you go to a resort or some shit. Right? You fucking gotta understand which is public, which is private. Because one gonna hurt you, one cannot. One gonna save you. Your higher self and your lower self. And you best believe the lower self is that old capital motherfucking name, because you ain't living free. They still subliminally telling you what to do. You are fucking controlled, right? Social, you know what the word social mean? Public, everybody. So, I'm talking about paying taxes and this and that. Motherfucker, social is security is a trust. A trust means there's some beneficiaries out this motherfucker. So you guaranteeing that you gonna do something for the other people, right? The motherfuckers that steal your vote, that leave you behind the motherfucking dust. You volunteering to do shit for them, right? And Social Security is a social insurance program funded by payroll taxes called Federal Insurance Contributions Act, FICA. Now you ever want to know who that bitch was? The primary part of the program is called OASDI, Old Age, Survivors, and Disability Insurance, or RSDI, Retirement Survivors and Disability Insurance, and provides payment benefits for retirement, disability, survivorship, and death to the public. What's death to the public? What's death to the public? Well, there's a medical death and there's a civil death. Um, the cessation of life. But it's still a dual meaning. And this is up there going back to that same Latin fucking saying. This shit sound like it's telling you one thing, but it's really fucking telling you two. Just like a fucking parable. Medical, jurisprudence, and criminal law. This is what you call evidence. The cessation of life. It is either natural, as when it happens in the usual course without any violence, or violent when it is caused either by the acts of the deceased or those of others. Natural death will not be here considered further than may be requisite to illustrate the manner in which violent death occurs. A violent death is either accidental or criminal. The subject will be considered as it relates to medical jurisprudence with regard to its effects upon the rights of persons. What's a person? Can you open that? What's a person? The person is the corporation. Put that there. The corporation is dead. Real life is dead. And being that it's dead, who's operating dead? Who's operating? Are you a necromancer? Can you operate with the dead? You doing seances and shit? Because that's what they do. Some Harry Potter witchcraft. It's fucking sorcery. And we forgot our magic. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. Let me see. I had another word. Oh, let me tell y'all how to stop using that social. Let's get to that. Hold on one second. Let me go grab this book. All right. So, I'll just read y'all a little something. Let's see. Okay, that ain't it. Here we go. Some bugged out shit right here I found. And I'm going to give y'all the laws and stuff. So, you know, you be able to get some insight. Give me 1 second, y'all. What did I just tell? How y'all do it? All right. This is important. The word shall. The word include. The word fail. Let's see. 1 second. It's a lot of stuff on here. Hold on. Give you a little background. So, the Social Security Act basically was for federal employees. Let me just give y'all a little background on that. It was strictly for federal employees, postal workers. And this was a way to track their benefits. It didn't have nothing to do with us until 32 or 1933. Where even some of our great grandparents, they applied for Social Security numbers. I always say nobody held no gun to their head. They just thought they was adding into the trust according to the New Deal from Franklin fucking douchebag Roosevelt. Yeah. Let me see. Let me give you the word shall as defined by Black's law. Shall, as in used in statutes, contracts, or the like. This word is generally imperative or mandatory. The word in ordinary usage means must and is inconsistent with a concept of discretion, but it may be construed as merely permissive or directory, as equivalent to may. So, you shall do something. Upon this, you shall turn this over. Like, where's the back? Oh, let me get my Social Security card. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all on the back of it. On the back of the social. Let me see if it says that on there. This card belongs to the Social Security Administration, and you must return it if we ask for it. You ever been in a situation where they said, give me that fucking Social Security card back, you don't know how to use it? Has there ever been a situation where your Social Security card gets revoked, where they take it back? Who's they? Whoever is Social Security, because the nigga can't come and snatch it from you. You have to voluntarily surrender it to some fucking body that's saying he one of their goons. Well, Social Security didn't come and sit down and talk to me if I got a right to face my fucking accuser. What are you talking about? Who are you? Come talk to me. It's like the fucking gooch. Like, you never see the motherfucker, but they sure beating your ass, taking your motherfucking cornbread. Remember the gooch on Different Strokes? How do you get? Who are these people? Who is Social Security? Somebody named Mr. fucking Johnson is calling, talking about I need to come in and talk to them. But are they Social Security? Is that their child, their father or something? Who the fuck is that? And they don't tell me who they are. They can't be expecting me to appear. They expecting that ghost to appear. They don't want me. It can't be me they want. I ain't do nothing wrong to these motherfuckers. How this shit is theirs, but they expect me to use this shit, and then I get penalized. And now somebody named IRS is coming at me, sending me all these bully ass letters and shit. Like, well, who are you? Threats? I don't say kindly to threats. And well, how do I owe you? What did I do? Did I do something to where I don't remember? Well, geez, that must be how it goes. Is it how it fucking goes? No, it ain't how it goes. You just ain't took the time to figure it out because you like to be told what the fuck to do. And sometimes that's okay, but for the rest of us, it's not. There got to be some sort of people that's willing to take accountability in order to make a shift in the paradigm so things can go in a way or in a fashion that's going to be different, but it's going to be beneficial. Because we supposed to be beneficial. We're the beneficiaries. We're the fucking Indians. The trust is about us. We was kicking their motherfucking ass. Fuck all that slavery shit. They got their ass whooped. But somehow we forgot that we kicked their ass. We thought we got our ass whipped. They used their time very fucking wisely. Very wisely. And we spend our time waiting on them to make use of their time wisely so we could benefit off of it. That's some real lazy sucker shit. And then complain about the way they fucking take care of you. You want to be a fucking foster kid. Now you talk about she ain't giving me the check. Well, motherfucker. Why your mama ain't give you the check? You got the check because of your mother. Right. You got the check because of your mother. Now the mother's not capable because she's caught up in whatever she's caught up in. Much to whose detriment? Everybody motherfucking else is in the household, right? Because what she eat does make you shit. But unfortunately, our motherland is perfect. She got a lot of motherfucking people on the nipple. But if we ain't good to her, she ain't gonna be good to us. She full of love. She done told everybody, come on through. Y'all come on down. We love to hear from you. Now they get here and they breaking up your motherfucking furniture, writing on your mother walls and shit. You ain't even doing nothing about it. This shit is crazy. If necessary to avoid unconstitutionality of a statute, shall will be deemed equivalent to may. Gal versus Consolidated Copper Mines Corporation, 165 AT 136. As against the government, the word shall, when used in statutes, is to be construed as may unless a contrary intention is manifest. Cairo and Fulton Railroad Company versus Hecht, 95 U.S. 168. The word shall in a statute may be construed as may, where the connection in which it is used or the relation to which it is put with other parts of the same statute indicates that the legislature intended that it should receive such construction. Ballou versus Camp 92 F 2nd 556. So now it says here, it goes on to say, it is the opinion of the courts that if a statute specifies that a certain act shall be done, and there is a question about whether or not it would be constitutional for the act to be mandatory, then the word shall takes on the permissive meaning rather than the mandatory one. The permissive one. You gotta give it water in order for it to grow. They tell you how they deceive you, but you hire somebody else to tell you that this is true. And they hire that motherfucker to lie to you. It's the lawyer. Lawyer. No, liar. So, employers, there's a whole process that you can go through to not go through what you go through. You got to learn how to navigate. When you do not use your social security number, you are considered an unenumerated employee. So this social security number has been used as a tracking system. If they can't find you within their districts, they know where you're using that number, what district you are in. You're not private, you ain't low. You use that shit wherever you go. Tax ID number is a tax ID number. Same thing. Social security number, same shit. Like the Wizard of Oz and the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion. Ha ha ha. That's about the straw man. Isn't that funny? I always found that shit hilarious. That's really about the fucking straw man. The Tin Man, the tax ID number. And the fucking people, the Cowardly Lion ain't got no fucking heart, right? The Cowardly Lion, he was afraid of everything. And then you got the fucking Scarecrow, he ain't got no fucking brains. That was our groups. That's what we ended up being because we didn't know how to handle the fucking contracts. And we was home. Dorothy was home the whole time. I don't care if they use white characters. If you got to think about it, think of the Wiz. With Michael Jackson and Nipsey Russell with the slice of oil to me and shit. It's the same concept. That's what's necessary. Gotta have a brave heart. It's the home of the fucking brave, motherfuckers. You're home already. Act like it. It's time to clean up. It's time to clean this shit up. Let me show y'all. Let me see. So, that's social. Now, I'm going to have to verify this because this might, well, they just revamped the whole fucking tax code probably like 3 weeks ago. So, this might be a little dated, but I'm going to give y'all where the general area to look at because at least you're still going to be put on to what, needs to be understood or overstood rather. You make them understand. They stand under your shit. This your house. And if a nigga can't come in your house and tell you get your feet off your fucking coffee table, stop letting these motherfuckers smack your koofy off or whatever. Stop. So the law 26 USC section 6109D in parentheses stipulates that when an individual's identifying number is specified or used by the Internal Revenue Service, the identifying number will be the Social Security number that was assigned to that individual by the Social Security Administration. So they gang, talk about it, say my name, hang up on them. They talk about buddy, hang up on them, hang, right? Gang bang, gang, bang, gang, gang, bang, gang, gang, bang. This is what they're fucking doing. I can take hip hop music and apply this shit to what the fuck these motherfuckers is running. It's game. Who the fuck is the IRS? Who is they? Who are they? Can they? If you got a right to face your accuser, that motherfucker need to come forth. Is she tall? Is it a he? Is he fat? Is he skinny? Is he 6'5"? What do he look like? Where's he at? He just keeps sending all these threats and shit, but he ain't really talking to me. Somebody, it's an agent. Fucking agent. You got an agent fucking talking for this motherfucker. Well, what the cat got his tongue? They expect you to talk. And as long as you talk through that motherfucking agent, that agent is what? A transmitting utility. Right? Just like Jesus or he's the transmitting utility to get to heaven. So is your fucking straw man. Right? It's a transmitting utility to get to the real natural person. So if you ain't using it right, you're not in control. And this is how our people ended up as slaves, because you are not fit to self-govern. You don't know how to control yourself. You don't know how to handle yourself. I don't give a fuck if you go to church every goddamn day of the week. You committing usury. You committing usury on yourself. You are committing a crime against yourself. So then when they fuck you up, you like, yo, these fucking people, they need to keep doing. Who's these people? You ain't never made them show they self. Because if somebody was on Facebook talking shit, you'd be like, yo, bitch, where you at? Come see me. They ain't never coming, but they gonna keep fucking taking your shit. You better come for them. Right? Go for them. Fuck is going on? Can't have all this aggression for everybody else, and then when the real bully come, you fucking soft as baby doodle and shit, quieter than a fucking church mouse with fluffy slippers on, pissing on a cotton ball, quiet like a motherfucker, right? Talking about why everybody picking on me. So in the event, the duties of an employer, when you don't want to use your shit, let me see. Now this is you know what? It's going to be hard for them. If you start to investigate, you'll know how to complete the applications of some of these things. But I just need you to investigate. Don't start trying shit like, well, Phoenix said and all that. Just fucking take the material and do your own due diligence and shit like that. Go jumping out no fucking window, talk about Phoenix said. And this is a goddamn disclaimer for all the motherfucking haters. Don't be acting like I'm running around here being no lawyer. This is merely educational purposes for the Aborigine of America. And I don't give nobody no permission to jack my shit without talking to me first. And I ain't stingy, but let's fucking talk. I don't want no creeps sharing this shit. Fucking around with the fuck around. And they fucked up agenda. This ain't for you. It's for the fucking righteous people. It's only for the sexy people, baby. Only the sexy people can dance. You feel me? Federal law requires employers to request a social security number from payees, employees, or contractors. There is no federal law that actually fucking requires this disclosure as a condition of employment or contract, and there is no penalty for failing to obtain this disclosure. And you want to write this down. It's going to be 26 CFR 301.6109-1C. Prescribes the procedures that an employer must follow. This regulation requires a payor, you want to look up the word payor, to request disclosure of the identifying number. You the payor. Now you just went from a person to a motherfucking payer. Taxpayer. Taxpayer is a person. You still ain't yourself. You that motherfucking all capital letters. And you know what? Don't tell them no, because you already said fucking yes. You already said yes, and if you tell them no, they gonna come and start dipping in your shit, and they linked up to everything. The social security number, didn't you use that to open up a bank account? Why? You didn't have to. They just asked you for it. You don't refuse that shit. You don't tell them no. Who's asking? Didn't this motherfucker back in his social security card say don't get his shit to nobody? This our shit. If I tell you, hey, come hold this money for me and please don't give it to nobody, you're not going to give it away. Why the fuck you get that goddamn number away? Why you get them digits away? Get that goddamn social security number away. Keep telling them. What, they going to make you commit a motherfucking fraud? Your employer. Or they want to give you the job? Take their ass to the motherfucking court. It ain't your motherfucking fault. And they can't make you commit no motherfucking fraud against yourself. You make a statement against your goddamn self. They don't need no help to get your ass whipped. You jump out there all in front of the bus. You leave yourself open because you did what? Signed. You signed on for the shit. Our ancestors was signing on for shit because these motherfuckers was slick talking, double talking, slick talking. And they was just like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, I'll come work for you. Sure, I help you till that farm. You know, all you got to do is prune the trees this way and do that. And they was like, yeah, come on over. You can get on over there. But your ass never told them, I'm going to do this for you for 2 days and you're going to pay me this amount of money and the job is over. They ain't negotiate no fucking terms. So it was, yo, hey, fuck that. You're my nigga, boy. You ain't no Indian. You're black. You my nigga. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's contract. You agreed. You his nigga, now you his fucking property. Wasn't all crazy like everybody just think. You think these motherfuckers was kidnapping us? They whipped Rodney King ass, right? In California. I live in New York. We was throwing bricks through the fucking Coliseum window. Are you crazy? We was angry. We was mad. I'm too old for the Freddie Gray shit, but had I been 25, I'd been down there burning shit the fuck up like the Indians always motherfucking did. We burn this bitch down, you get us pissed. Why you think in the Civil Rights Act they had to put that shit there like these motherfuckers? We been fighting these motherfuckers for a long fucking time. We ain't got it. Now, our stupid asses done let these motherfuckers acquire weapons where all they gotta do is hit a button and they can hear a noise that explodes our fucking inner. They got sonic warfare. They don't even have to send no niggas outside to fuck with us. They come send them drones. They got that motherfucker. What's that? And it might be propaganda, but I thought the shit was funny. This motherfucker always had his face covered up. What's the Jihadi John? They sent the fucking drone over there and blew his whole motherfucking top off. How the fucking motherfucker, you only see the nigga eyes and his hands and you know that's him. Yup, bang. Tore that motherfucker to smithereens. How the fuck you think? Ain't gonna be that easy, but you gotta be ready to do something. They ain't gonna have nothing else to do but go the fuck home. But at least they won't get to enjoy this shit and we don't. That's how I'm starting to feel about it. I could be fucking wrong, y'all. I don't know everything, but I know I'm not with the shit. I'm tired of the shit. So a lot of this shit is just fucking voluntary and we just having it. And if you having it, don't complain. Be glad with it. You having it, be glad with it. You asked for it. Careful what the fuck you asked for, because you gonna get that shit. And if you don't refuse it, despise free lunch. I know some of y'all done heard that shit before. You need to despise free lunch. And what that means is, if you don't know what all the fucking terms are, you don't fucking agree to your conditions and shit. Motherfuckers think them motherfuckers down south is slow, and they not slow at all. They know how to contract better than these fast, slick, slitty talking niggas, right? You just think their choice of words be different, but remember they was in the Confederate States where they wanted to respect the Republic, not fucking slavery. Because the Democrats is your Native American political party that spun off from the Republican Whig Party. And these are now the motherfuckers that's sitting there in Foxwoods and all these other motherfucking casinos, and your ass is where? Needing stuff. Wanting stuff in your own land. These other motherfuckers, kids, they come in here going to school. They giving them all the biomedical degrees so they can be all the scientists to take all the tests to tell them, you niggers are from Africa. Mm-hmm. And we just sitting here complaining, voting, waiting for people to do something. Waiting for somebody to do something. Jesus, fix it. Right now, you done fucking submitted so much that you relying on some motherfucker you don't know. The fuck your parents tell you don't talk to strangers. How the fuck you know somebody in a book that they fucking wrote that you can't prove that your ass related to, and you trust in that motherfucker? You trust in some shit. What the fuck kind of shit is going on? That shit sounds really like pathologically fucked up. And I'm not saying that there's no higher power or supreme entity and shit, but do you really think these motherfuckers that stole your land gonna give you your motherfucking God? This how they stole everybody's land, not just ours. I don't give a fuck how many Africans over there on their motherfucking continent, and how many Asians over there on their motherfucking continent. All the motherfuckers ain't suffering the same fucking way. And when they do suffer the same way, they got their own people doing it to them. Ain't no fucking white president in none of them states over, or governor over there in fucking China nowhere. Ain't nobody over there, no fucking Nordic man over there, no goddamn Iraq or none of them countries doing what they've been doing for tens of thousands of years. Ain't nobody else over there in charge. They own people. But here, we the only niggas that can't get it together. We can't get along. We can't get shit. We can get it crunk. We can have a good time. But can we really nation build? It's yet to be fucking seen. You get a little steam and then motherfuckers fall off the whip, right? And then we get charged up by some superficial shit, and here come the Umar Johnson's fucking sidetrack with his fucking dashiki on. Yeah, because black man and the black man. Put that shit right back in your head. You started to remember you was the Indian, but they know by astronomy and cosmology who the fuck we are. They know who we are, and they're using our magic off of us. In these fucking stadiums, these Yankee stadiums, they right by the hood. And fucking Candlestick Park. All these fucking places, they drain our fucking energy. Everywhere downtown. Go ahead and walk a couple blocks and you're going to find the ghetto. You go up that block across the State Street or a Main Street, and you see that Malcolm X Boulevard and Martin Luther King. And why the fuck they always boulevards? You never see a Malcolm X Avenue. It's always a boulevard. Well, I'm gonna get to that one day. I'm just freestyling now, but there's always a Martin Luther King Boulevard, a Malcolm X Boulevard, a Marcus Garvey Boulevard. Why they can't be chilling on the avenue? Right? Why they can't be on the Ave? Something ain't right with that shit. Something ain't right. And it's the reason why they not on the street, too. I ain't figured that out yet. I'm freestyling right now, but let me get back to the avenue, the boulevard, and the street. Because why they always put our fucking folks on the boulevard? Frederick Douglass Boulevard. It's another one. All of them, they're just fucking boulevards. You know, or then they put some obscure fucking Latin name, such and such way, Friar Pablo Escocinco Cortes way, right? They get ways, but the fucking Indian get boulevards. Something behind that. I don't know what made me fucking go there. I'm gonna stop, but I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. Debt. The fuck is debt, yo? Debt is not exactly what you think it is, but in your mind, you think you owe somebody something in your own shit. And I don't necessarily be believing them all the time, because I become quite the skeptic, you know, over the years. And I have become so, honestly, you know, you spend fucking, you ready to buy your children a house and all this shit. And you got to spend that money abruptly to make sure they don't lock up your Aborigine son, right? And do him fucking dirty and try and do him dirty because they think he what? Because his mama never cleared it up. Daddy never did nothing. They just, you know. And not that everybody's bad. I'm not saying that. But a lot of people are blind. You're not bad. You're not fucked up. You're just blind. And some of it's willfully. And sometimes it's just comfortable. You don't care. You know, you run into people. I ain't never cared if they call me black. I'm black and I'm proud and I don't care. And I'm black and I'm black and I'm black. Why they always killing black people? The fuck out of here. Nobody even want to hear that shit no more. Y'all not tired of saying it? You ain't tired of saying it? The fuck out of here. We shall overcome. It should be today. Not someday, because that's too fucking vague. You might be waiting 3,000 years like you've been waiting for Jesus. That might be fucking vague. That's too fucking vague. It's not going to fucking work. There's no time like the fucking present. Ain't no time like the fucking present. So, I'm giving you some of these form numbers. You're going to have to study this shit because you're going to go into your job, these places of employment, and they're going to be fucking with you. And then you're going to have to take it to a whole nother level on their ass because they can't fuck with you for not wanting to break the law. So you want to expose the motherfucking fraud? You know, they throw two at you, throw four back. Because they already trying to fucking play you. So you need to know what's on the other end of the fucking contract. Right? Because you never know. And when you don't know these fucking words, there's some whole hidden shit and they stealing your shit lawfully. Legally, excuse me. Not lawfully, but legally. And being that it becomes lawful because your ass done said okay to it. Not only did you say okay, you motherfucking wrote it down. It was written that you meant this shit. That's your fucking sign, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. You did it. That's like some real slave shit. I know Stevie ain't mean it that way, but that's signed, sealed, delivered. They sign, the signor, the signee, the bond, the bondman, the bondwoman. You see where I'm going? This whole fucking everything that they do was based off of how they knocked us off our status. The same thing. We are still, not me, because I don't be playing no games. And I don't want y'all to be slaves either. I fucking love y'all. I don't want y'all to be slaves. We gonna be just, living a whole lot longer and shit if we're fucking free, right? And you know what the difference between freedom and liberty is, right? You grown ass motherfucker, you going to ask somebody permission to go go see a fucking sister somewhere? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm the majority. No longer a minority. And when they call you a fucking minority, they don't mean, and if you're a fucking fool if you think that there's more European people, more Asian people than there is you. I don't even think you realize that you are absolutely not the fucking least amount of people minority. You're a minority because you're a fucking minor. You're a minor in your commercial affairs. And they be like, yeah, we want to do stuff for the minorities. You already going to do stuff for the minorities because they can't do nothing for themselves. But they tell you that, so now you feel fucking safe being told what to do. Now you don't have to think so hard. You can just get up and go to work. Because you want to work. Because you need things. You got to work. Let them handle it. Why am I getting handled this way? No, you let them handle it. Why am I getting handled this way? I don't be understanding this shit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Somebody be like, Phoenix, shut up. Done, you done, you done. Tell me. It's okay, I can take it. The fucking Pan-Africans and the Native Americans be trying to drag me all day. I can take it. This form, shit, it's probably over 250 million of us, right? So, no penalty shall be imposed under this part with respect to any failure if it is shown that such failure is due to reasonable cause and not willful neglect. That's on the employer. That ain't your fucking business. And that's, write this down, 26 U.S. Code, USC. When I say USC, that's U.S. Code of Federal Regulations. We have rights. These other motherfuckers got to get governed by regulations, statutes, and codes because they have privileges. We have fucking rights. You keep talking about white privilege, motherfucker, you got natural rights. Their rights ain't natural. They're native. They just got here from somewhere else, but they was probably slaves somewhere else before they got here. So their status was already black. So the black is what they gave your ass. We was pure. We were white. Let me see. Okay, you want to write this down. Okay, the law protects the employer. Let me just read this little section to you. Okay, I think I did that part already. This is the P1 form. Now, the P1 form is a reasonable cause affidavit by payor. Now, I don't even know if I trust this. I just want you to be familiar with it. Because I'm still calling myself some shit I'm not. Just so I cannot want to comply in a way that they've constructed for me not to comply. That shit sound like a fucking double-edged sword a little bit. So you want to be careful with this shit. There may be a reason to use it. I just want you to be aware of the shit. Maybe a reason to use it. Just get familiar with it. If you don't know the shit ain't there, if you don't know, you don't have to fucking use your social. You don't got to take your weight at the doctor. If you don't feel like getting on the scale, say no. Your kids will ask you for a fucking snack or some juice and you'll say fucking no. This motherfucker's talking about, hey, we need to come in and search your house. Say no. Fuck you talking about? Complying with the W-4. Most employment policies require that each employee complete an IRS form W-4. They incorrectly believe that 26 U.S.C. 3402 requires every employee to complete a form W-4. Specifically, you want to refer to the notice in the back of the form, the lower back of the form. And write this down. It's going to be 26 U.S.C. Section 3402, F in parentheses, 2 in parentheses, A in parentheses. Income tax collected as source, a requirement of withholding. In general, except as otherwise provided in this section, every employer making payment of wages shall deduct and withhold upon such wages a tax determined in accordance with. This is why you better off working for your fucking self. Because now you got to call an honest day's work for an honest day's pay fucking wages. Right? But in New York State, labor, income, wages is not considered commerce. You got to check it out. This is why there's union states. New York was a union state. It's all fucking politics, y'all. It ain't had nothing to do with wanting to free no slaves because I'm fucking white people were slaves too. The so-called white man was a motherfucking slave too. They was running away. How the fuck you think, if in fact the bitch is real, because she was probably a fucking agent. Harriet Tubman was a fucking agent. You don't be the most wanted motherfucking bitch on the goddamn planet during the hotbed of the Civil fucking War, right? You leave at 1849, you ain't never been no motherfucking where. You don't know if east is west or if it's left or right or what the fuck. You ain't been nowhere off the goddamn plantation. And y'all fucking big giant everybody's was a slave mine, right? And the fuck she get away and get to walk on foot 1849. You walk on foot all the way to fucking Auburn, New York. Right? Y'all don't believe she fucking existed either. I found 2 of them on the census. One of them is married right there in Dorchester, Maryland, right? And the other one is a fucking Indian. And she 15 years old. I'd like to see how the fuck that shit pulled off. Now you got an Arminta Davis and they out of Ohio, which at one point Ohio was still Virginia. I don't remember exactly when they incorporated. But how the fuck she gonna walk on foot? You know they had bad feet. You think they had comfortable motherfucking Uggs and shit to wear? You know them old ass fucking shoes and they was pointy too, like on your feet all day. Like and you could just walk in the motherfucking walk some 1,300 motherfucking miles, 900 miles in the goddamn different temperatures and all this other shit, swamp and all that, gotta be quiet and shit. You motherfuckers think there was a goddamn underwear vote. How they keep the fucking kids quiet? You think they just fucking gave the babies NyQuil like, come on, we got to travel? What the fuck kind of concept is that? That you just saw this shit on paper, you heard it, they show it, little fucking fake ass Black History Month, and motherfuckers just move on. Harriet Tubman, you got your kids doing reports on a fucking Phantom. You even know that shit. You don't know that bitch. Don't put the bitch on a $20 bill. She did something against your ass because we was on the fucking Confederate money. And we was looking good, fresh and fucking clean. They had the fucking Big Mama sitting on the goddamn chest. You need to go look up old Confederate money and what the fuck was going on in the South. Stop talking shit that you don't fucking know what it's about. They done gave you a biased opinion so your ass don't fucking stand up for your rights. So Democrats can make you fucking dependent. Ruled by demons. This ain't got shit to do with a political party because personally they all poison and we need our own motherfucking political party. Get it shaken. The Native Americans did it. Why the American Indian don't want to get it shaken? The entire U.S. Code 26 is going to be all about taxes. I'm going to do a part 2 to this. The W-4 forms and voluntary withholding agreement. So sometimes when you start trying to grasp this shit, always send them a fucking handwritten letter. Fuck they instruments. Because you can't have taxation. I think they're taking pictures. Can they take pictures? Because this shit is flashing green. My connection just lost. Can they take pictures from my fucking device here?
Absolutely.
This shit seems real crazy. The shit is flashing green. Like the screen turns green. I don't know if y'all see it on y'all end, but this is, I think they fucking flashing lights, moving to the beat. But yeah. Harriet Tubman, y'all need to think about that shit. All these motherfuckers were slaves. You know what they do? They only tell you who their mother is, right? And they leave up the obscure ass father to make you think that the father was an African fucking slave, right? They don't never tell you. They just have the father just got one name. When you go far back, Phyllis Wheatley, I don't think she was fucking from here. Phyllis Wheatley was an indentured fucking servant. She was free for a long fucking time. That bitch was British. She was a Moor. You can't be thinking everybody, oh, black hero, black hero. She is a black hero because she's from Northern Africa, right? So some of them are, but we got to separate some of them because some of them motherfuckers is Indian. So we're going to split Black History Month in half and have Aboriginal History Month. We're going to have to because a lot of this shit is fraud. And they can have the fraud shit, but the Indian got to stand on facts and truth and evidence to support it. That's fact. That's fact. But, yeah, that Trail of Tears, y'all fucking lighting their asses up. What happened? So you're moving in 1830, between 1830 and 1840 something. You had time to be slaves. They was fighting Indians in wars. They were, and this is just all in the fucking colonies. Never mind when they started going west trying to fuck them other people up out there, right? Because if you taking Indians from the East Coast and you pushing them over, what you doing with the other motherfuckers over there? So it wasn't nothing to the left. These fucking Asians and Mongoloids, and they ended up being it. But you want to know what? They were still doing business. We didn't own that part of the country, right? We ain't had nothing to do with that. So out west, where Spain, and then you had Japanese slave, you had a whole bunch of shit going on in Mexico, right? Spain still had control. They released control to Mexico. So part of California and everything, if you look at their constitution, I don't know, but they, they're majorities. They come from, there's a clause in the California Constitution that says white men are majorities. Well, what the fuck are black men? They just automatically majorities. Because California, you have to look up the Hidalgo Treaty. I think it's like 1848 or 1849, Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty. So these motherfuckers get to come and go. That's they shit. So when you see these fucking Native Americans, don't pay their ass no mind, because tell them to let you know where the fuck they was before this Trail of Tears in Virginia next door to your motherfucking grandmother. Where was they at in Antigua, in the parish where your motherfucking folks was from? Tell them to tell you where they come from, because there's Indians in the fucking islands too. Did they make them motherfuckers Trail of Tears too? There was a fucking dive for tears. What did they do? Where was they at? Was they in Alabama? It's a whole 50 motherfucking years. The 1790 census. Let me see. 1790, 1800, 1810, 1820, 1830. Where was they at? Was they in Norfolk enslaved in Virginia? Was they in Alabama taking lashes talking about your name was Toby? Where was these fucking people at? We buying all these cockamamie stories. Know where these motherfuckers from? You do their genealogy. Motherfucking George Washington. The motherfucker was a British goddamn slave. Ben Franklin. Frank France. He was a fucking denizen from France. Germany. France and Germany is the same shit. So don't believe the motherfucking hype. They could try and interchange it. But France and Germany, High German, High French. When you see that in the etymology and you see that in dictionaries, Middle English, Old English, and all this other shit, all you gotta do is just think of the time frame, because that's what it meant at the time, right? So look for the changes in the years and when you look at these words, because that's what it applied to in law at the time, unless it was explicitly officially changed. So motherfuckers say, oh, they don't use them old colonial words. Bitch, New York is still a colony. Georgia is a fucking colony. Rhode Island is a colony. They sent the earth's worst there to go to prison. They didn't run from fucking religion to come over here and be religious. Did they? Nah, we taught them our game. We felt sorry for them. You know? We felt sorry for these motherfuckers. I'm starting to think George Washington ain't fucking exist neither. And I think that if they did exist, I think they was Moors. I'ma just keep it real. And I think they had to disguise themselves. I really do think so, because they got kicked out the whole world, Craig. I ain't gonna get too far into that. But niggas can say what they want, but just like our shit is documented, so the fuck is theirs. I'm not gonna act like they don't exist. I believe that shit more than I believe 20,000 years ago fucking Egypt or any Hotep, Hostep and fetch it. So, let me see how light that's the stuff. Yeah, George Washington, fucking crack-ass cracker. Like, you go, yeah, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it. I don't know how to believe it. But I know the motherfuckers existed. But I know they always full of some sort of tricks. Right? So they have to have some sort of deception. And maybe, and I'm going to just put it out there. Some of the shit might be for our good. I ain't been able to determine that yet. So I really kind of want to stop jumping out there and making all these, you know, harsh words and shit. I don't want to do a whole bunch of that. I don't want to do a whole bunch of that, because I know there's some validity to it, but I know that there's some trickery, and we ain't got time for that right now. So anybody got to be vetted, but you got to be completely vested in the history, and we can't confuse the two. We can certainly work with some of any of the other allies. I'm not saying that, but they don't have the same rights as the Indian. It don't matter. I ain't saying these shits the treaties don't exist and stuff. Treaties is law, but the law is based on the Indian, not the Moor or nobody else. Here, you know, like I said, I ain't trying to shit on them, because I'm going to tell you the fucking truth. We know for a fact the motherfuckers was around. And you look at that goddamn, I didn't make no goddamn friends. I didn't make no friends, y'all. I done did the etymology of the word Africa, and they are really upset, because it only includes Moors. And the Moors are also Europeans. That's North fucking Africa. Egypt. Why you think they ain't split no fucking line down the middle nowhere, y'all? So when they do these class systems, these case systems, in these nations, they got people separated all over the place. There's not just Chinese motherfuckers. There's Nans, there's Manchurians, there's Cantonese. There's a whole bunch of different tribes, even of them motherfuckers that you don't even know about. But they have their nationality. They have their political relationship, unless they're in those, other countries where it's like, totalitarian governments and shit like that. What do I think is next? I think we just need to start saying no to a lot of shit. Just start refusing shit. Because, god damn it, ain't you tired? You want to save something for when the ship come in, we can have a good old motherfucking time. Because motherfuckers got to send us a whole bunch of goods. I want to see what the bill of lading look like. It been a whole lot of motherfucking commerce going on right here. So if you want to know what's next, I know we need a political party. These motherfuckers need to pay up something. Give us 5 cents off a phone bill. Give us something. We don't got to have casinos and all that dumb shit. We need structure. And motherfuckers, I'd be damned if our people think they're going to end up with some fucking $500 trillion settlement and shit. And motherfuckers just have phantom Bentleys and bullshit all clouding up Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn and shit. That could be a fucking problem. We got structure. We got to structure things. We have to change some things around before we can even consider being comfortable in our own shit. And that's going to require us to have the voice. And as it stands by law, and whether or not it's popular or not, or favored amongst our people, we need a political party to do that. The Black Caucus ain't for you. That's why you fucked up still. Because if the black caucus it don't apply to you. It only applies to the others. And these other motherfuckers is coming over here that are considered legally black when they come to this country, and they're stepping ahead of you. Because they're attached to a nation. But for them other motherfuckers, you a runaway slave. And they send the motherfucking constables on patrol. They send the motherfucking Gestapo after your ass, one way or another. They come in and fuck with you. Because they can. You gave them permission to do so. But the bottom line, I know I done rambled on and shit like that, but, it's coming from a good place. I love y'all to the moon and back. Chihululi. But I gotta go. I gotta spend a couple minutes with my sister and stuff. I love y'all to pieces. I'll catch up with y'all soon.